Colleen Ballinger, aka Miranda Sings, has finally made a comeback to the internet, now saying that she regrets her awful, cursed ukulele apology video in which, for 10 minutes, she sings about her grooming allegations. Which, just saying that out loud, it makes it sound like a terrible idea. Yet she still hasn't taken down that video. She's keeping it up. It has 16 million views. It's the most viewed video on her channel. And it's interesting the timing that she puts up this new apology for an apology. She's closing in on that date where a channel will be demonetized due to inactivity in 6 months. And she also put this out. Yeah, she also put this out on the weekend so that the journalists are going to get to it later and less people are going to cover it.
They were also saying that December is when ad revenue for AdSense is like the highest on YouTube, so it's a business
So she needs to get back to mommy vlogging, okay? So she's back on the train, and for the first 2 minutes of this fall vlog, she gives an apology about how she had inappropriate relationships with her fans. Not relationships, but friendships. If you guys forgot, the worst things that she was accused of were sending pornography to her child fans of another YouTuber's OnlyFans, sending lingerie to another child fan, telling her fans about her sex life and marriage, trauma dumping on them. And interestingly, also in this video, she glosses over the fact that her brother was flirting with some of her underage fans, including one that was 12 or 13. Didn't address that. Let's just watch it, and we'll talk about it after that.
All right. Here we go. Nope, old one.
The last video that I posted on here, it's really embarrassing, to say the least. I was being accused of some pretty awful things, and I just was mad, and I should have handled that situation with maturity and empathy, but instead I just let my ego take over, and I'm really disappointed in myself. So here's what I want to say today. Over the last 15 years of my career, there have been moments where I was immature and inappropriate with some of my comedy, and there were times when I did not put enough thought into some of my fan interactions, and because of that behavior, people got hurt, and I am so sorry. I never wanted to hurt anybody, but it's clear that I did, and I feel so terrible about that. I also feel like there's probably people who are disappointed or feel abandoned by me because of my silence over the last few months. And I'm so sorry about that as well. I needed to take time to make sure I was listening and learning as much as possible. And I also needed to get the help that I needed to be okay. I'm a mom first and foremost before anything else. And I needed to take care of my kids. So that's where I've been, and but I'm back, and
I love how she's like, now I don't need to anymore, so let's get back to vlogging.
I am not a perfect person, and there are plenty of things in my past that I wish I could go back and redo and fix and change. I don't have control over any of that, and I don't have control over the things people say about me. I only have control over my actions moving forward. And so I'm going to do everything that I can to make sure that I create a positive, kind, inclusive, safe space online with my content. And if you want to be a part of my journey online, I would love to have you. And if not, I completely understand. I do not expect anyone to welcome me back with open arms. I don't expect to change anyone's mind with this video. I just wanted to come on here and say that I'm sorry. And I wanted to try to show people that it's possible for someone to grow and learn and be better after making mistakes many, many years ago. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to try to vlog again. And
so the rest of this video is just her showing off her chicken coop and trying to change the subject.
It's what they call a rebrand, Mary.
Yeah. And another interesting detail of this.
What do you wait?
That a lot of people are.
I have a question first. She mentioned listening and learning, but she didn't actually tell us what the hell she learned.
Well, look, she's doing this
She just used a bunch of buzzwords.
She made this video under the strategic guidance of crisis management PR firms and probably a lawyer. And here is another interesting detail about this whole situation that I haven't seen a lot of people talk about. She, in the middle of this whole controversy, she hired a highly sought after lawyer in Hollywood named Andrew Brettler. Andrew Brettler.
That's a great last name.
Andrew Brettler has represented a lot of male celebrities when they have Me Too claims made against them, including Prince Andrew, including Armie Hammer, Danny Masterson, Bryan Singer, even Tiffany Haddish back when she had claims made against her.
That one just disappeared too.
Yeah, that did. And it's just funny what a female public figure can get away with, because I see all of these comments are positive, but she hired this lawyer who is known for digging male celebrities out of situations like this that are much more serious. And he likely advised her to make a comeback at this strategic time.
People had their own complaints about this video. Some of them felt that she didn't spend enough time talking about her apology, nor did they feel that she was detailed enough in her apology.
Well, that's intentional. She doesn't actually address what it is that she was accused of doing. She said inappropriate with fan interactions, or not even inappropriate. She said, I didn't put enough thought into how I interacted with my fans, which is totally intellectually dishonest. That is not what happened. Clearly, she put a lot of thought into how she interacted with her fans because she was in these group chats with a bunch of 12 to 14-year-olds at all hours of the day, asking them inappropriate questions like, tell me about your periods. Are you virgins? You know, asking one of them for ass pics. Sending one of them lingerie.
And these are things that have been proven through actual screenshots.
And if they weren't true, I believe that she would go to every length possible to disprove them. Yeah. But because the screenshots and the proof is out there, she can't do that. She just has to be vague about it so that everyone forgets as quickly as possible. And I think that her being female has a lot to do with her ability to dodge accountability for what she's done.
You think if she was a guy that she would still be, the comments wouldn't have been nearly as positive?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
The lack of a ukulele probably helped too.
And it's just like, if you were so embarrassed by the ukulele video, why would you leave it up? Because if I had ever done something as embarrassing as that and regretted it, I would try my best to erase all evidence that it ever happened. Yet the video of her singing for 10 minutes about her accusations of being a groomer is still up on her channel.
In the chat, Senior John says, what did she do that was actually that bad? Do you want to give people a breakdown of what she's actually...
Well, I attempted to list some of these things. I can't get into like every single detail, but one is that she sent back and forth pornography from a fellow YouTuber's OnlyFans with her underage fans. That was Trisha Paytas.
Yeah. And
another one, she sent bra and panties to a child fan of hers as a joke. To that same fan, she had an inappropriate friendship with him for years where she told him to keep certain things secret from his parents. She would dump to him about her marriage troubles, about her sex life with her husband. She asked her fans inappropriate questions. Honestly, anything that she did on stage in her live shows pales in comparison to what was happening behind the scenes.
Yeah, I don't even think of the live show stuff in the same regard.
Her jokes on stage were weird.
The stuff with the pants was weird.
Yeah. There were some things that were weird and questionable about her live shows, but what was happening in her private online interactions with fans was much worse.
Yeah.
Trying to get them to send videos of them putting tampons in their mouths. I mean, it just gets weirder and weirder. Saying it out loud makes it seem like it didn't even happen. It sounds fake, but there's video and screenshot proof of all of this stuff. And another thing, her brother Trent privately messaged a 12 to 13-year-old fan of hers flirting with that fan, making comments of the nature like, you're so mature for your age, you look like an ex-girlfriend of mine, blah blah blah. Like, all of this stuff is out there, and she can't address it directly because there's no coming back from that.
Yeah. She has to now sidestep the rest of the way as she rebrands to something completely different. And I'm assuming that's where it's going, right?
The ukulele video, her ukulele apology video or non-apology video was something she made and posted without running it by her PR team first.
Yeah.
This is the next go around where they scripted it out for her and told her just the right strategic time to do it. And they told her every word to say and what not to say.
And people were saying it was only 3 minutes that she spent on the apology. I'm like, yeah, because she can't say anything else about any of it without putting her into legal territory where she's admitting guilt.
Right. She can't privately reach out to these people that have made allegations, because that's another way that you can admit guilt.
Yep.
So, yeah. The fact that she hired that attorney, Andrew Brettler, was very weird. Like, if you're asking for a defense from the same guy that defended Prince Andrew, friend of Epstein,
and you said Bryan
doesn't
Singer,
look good for you. And Bryan Singer,
Bryan, you do not want to be, especially in this context, you do not want to be related or like compared to Bryan.
You don't
Singer.
want to be mentioned in the same sentence as any of those people,
especially Bryan Singer. That's especially because he's in the same boat of being one where, like, whatever legal things have been proven or not proven, it's mostly just gone not addressed because he knows that it's worse for him if he does.
Mm-hmm. And it sounds crazy to anyone with a normal, healthy mindset, but some people out there, they just want to be talked about no matter what the context is. If it's bad or good, it makes no difference to them, because it's any feedback, it feeds into their narcissism.
Did any of these people pursue legal action of any sort?
No.
But
a lot of it is probably because they're young and they don't know how.
Yeah.
I don't know if they would even have recourse. Like, the only thing that is illegal in any of this is her sending that pornography to her fans.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, I think some people might not be aware. Miranda Sings and Colleen Ballinger are the same person.
Miranda Sings is her character that she gained this huge audience of children in the early 2010s that were like aging with her, and then she started mommy vlogging, and now a lot of her audience has grown up.
And the thing is, she's probably going to be successful. Like, she'll pivot, and people will. It'll never be forgotten, right? Every video will have comments pointing this stuff out, but she will still do huge views on all her videos.
Yeah, like her ukulele video is the most profitable video on her channel.
Was it monetized?
Yeah.
I don't know if it was monetized.
I mean, at the very least, there are ads on
usually, yeah, but I think YouTube can place ads. It didn't. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong. I think YouTube actually made the decision that they can place ads on your video even if you don't want them. I remember because Styx Hexenhammer pointed it out at one point where he said, like, it was always a big thing for his channel that he never put ads on his videos. His goal was to get you to buy his published works, things like that. But then YouTube basically made this policy where they could put ads in your videos anyways, which is BS. But just monetizing an apology video is a certain level of...
Plenty of people have done it.
Yeah, and she's got kids, and this whole thing is just kind of I think you might be right. I think that part of it might be that there's going to be leeway given to a woman in this situation that a man just wouldn't be given.
Yeah, and the way that she explained it before was, I'm not a groomer, I'm just a loser. Like, I had inappropriate friendships with children as a woman in her 30s because I'm a loser, not because I knowingly did anything wrong.
As the song Loser plays in the background.
That is the mindset of a lot of people who have these weird attractions to kids, is that they, like, have some hang-ups from their own childhood where they want to relive their childhood and finally be considered cool and fitting in. But that doesn't excuse it at all, obviously.
No.
Especially with the sexual stuff. I mean, also it just makes you look like a terrible person that you're sending someone else's nudes to anyone on the internet.
Yeah.
She was doing this to make fun of Trisha Paytas because Trisha is overweight.
Yeah.
Like, You're just a bad person.
Thanks for watching. Listen to full episodes of Pop Culture Crisis on Spotify.
Keep up with us on social media and make sure you subscribe and ring that bell so you never miss the show. Bye, guys.